You think this makes common sense?
Absolutely. Every bit of effort invested by an employee is an investment in something they're hoping to get from a job. Sometimes it's a paycheck, sometimes it's a promotion. If you're asking them to put in extra, there has to be a reason to do extra.
Well, where do you draw the line of what's extra and what's not?
We look at the job description. Quiet quitting is just doing the job you were hired to do within the schedule you've been given to do it.
How do you get ahead if you're a quiet quitter?
Well, you can get ahead as a quiet quitter. One of the logical fallacies we make is we assume that if you're not putting in extra hours all the time and going the extra mile, you're never going to get promoted. There's such a thing as becoming too valuable to promote. If you're producing too much value in the position you are in, the employer has no incentive to move you up. They're going to keep you right there where you're producing good profits for them. What they're going to do is they're going to give that promotion to an outside hire or the boss's kid.
Really? So you said you really resent stereotyping this younger generation, these quiet quitters, as all being lazy.
I do, and I don't think it's a generational thing. Whether you've been working your whole life for 30, 40 years in a company, or if you're brand new to the workforce, quiet quitting is really for everyone. It's about setting healthy boundaries and being attentive to what gives us a return in our life and what makes life worth living.
What do you think about this?
They're lazy. They are. And again, this is a nice way to say you're lazy. Oh, quiet quitting. I think I saw the thing, slackers and so forth. This does not work for our country. And what worries me is that in America, the United States, we are becoming very lazy, very soft. This is not good for our country. I mean, there's like 9.8 billion people in the world. We're 330 million here. There's a lot of countries around the world that hate the United States. And if we're not producing, if we're not working hard, we're going to be, well, and actually by 2050, China says they're the world power. Now, if we're going to be lazy here and not work hard and produce as a country and work together as a team, you better learn Chinese, because in 30-some years, you're going to be speaking Chinese, I believe.
I think Mandarin is the national language there.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Santana Maynard.
Go ahead.
I think it's hard to say that things are so black and white. I think, yes, there are people that are lazy, but this is such a phenomenon now that I think we should look into it. I was a former teacher, and I feel like I silent quit to pursue my passion right now, which is voiceover. But it's during that time I was a teacher, there was poor leadership, it was low pay, and the kids were great. The kids were awesome, but everyone was stressed out. And it's more about quality over quantity.
Hunter, you say she's describing the hustle culture, and you say this is a protest against the hustle culture.
In my opinion, I believe quiet quitting is a protest for workers' rights. If I work at a job and my job description is 9 to 5 and I'm supposed to do A, B, and C, and at 5 o'clock I'd like to go home to my friends and family and focus on other parts of my life that are frankly more important than work, and my employer says, hey, we actually need you to do X, Y, Z for no extra pay, I'm going to resist that, because I don't find that work is the most important thing in my life, nor do I think it should be the most important in anybody's lives. I think down the road, you can have all the money in the world, but if 50 years from now you didn't spend that time with your friends or family or yourself, I don't feel that that's a very beneficial, it's not a very fulfilling life. And so I think our generation is tired of working to live.
I also think it's unfair to just assume that they're lazy if they're not working in the office. It's not about being lazy. I think it's about where you apply, where you work hard. For me, I did my job, I got my job done every day, and then I applied my hard work to what I did outside of work because it was what I was passionate about.
I worry about the social media, and I mean, you kind of see the videos and you're getting all these views and likes about it, but you're not really having, I think, a real conversation. You're expressing this idea of quiet quitting that then is spreading across to people that are thinking, well, hey, my employer is a bad person. All employers are bad people. All they care about is profit. That's not true. There's so many great employers out there that do care about their employees, and that's not being portrayed. And you're, I think, spreading this notion to people that that's causing a lot of issues. I mean, you look at productivity right now in our country, that has fallen. We've had the worst decline since the late 1940s.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.